Welcome back to the greatest show. I'm Jake Hill Harris. How are you folks doing today? Faith, congratulations on being first. Sup, nerd? I was inspired by you and binged the whole main game in a day. What a great game, will not give spoilers. How dare you? Also, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm having so much fun with this. I don't often rewatch my VODs, but I absolutely did this one. First of all, just see any dumb things I missed. I do have some thoughts on my audio quality and wanting to fix up my mic because it's the meld stuff isn't working for that. There's so many little details. So yeah, if you guys missed this Friday, this is the Roottrees Are Dead. We are trying to establish a family tree of sorts, and to solve this, we get Oberdin style thing, where once we have 3 people locked in, that's main family members, so direct descendants of Gwyneth Anderson and Elias. I think I pronounced it 3 different ways in the VOD, and I don't know which one's actually right. Roottree, they're direct descendants. Need 3 more correct blood relatives before they will lock in. Wait. Does that number... Beer beating I got home? Okay. Does that number update? There's no way that number updates. Because then I would know otherwise. Oh yeah, no, it definitely doesn't update because we know... Oh, we're almost positive these 2 are correct. Wait. Oh. I didn't even think about this. One of these is wrong. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't update. No, it makes sense it doesn't update, because otherwise then you know ahead of time. Okay, so one of these is wrong. Trick question you don't think true. My first instinct is it's this. In fact, actually, okay. Cool. Well, that's an easy one. Locked in the 5 pieces. Okay, so Sam the redhead and Zach the sort of redhead. Booyah. Okay, so that means you're Samantha. Watching this knowing the answers is great. Because, yeah, I don't know any of these occupations. And then... God, the generation after is going to be tough. Okay. If Angelica's this redhead, then I'm going to... I'm definitely going to... Oh, sorry. That's on me. That's my bad. That was my thing making noises. That wasn't your things. Oh, right. This gamer went live late. Beer, we got a Discord message. I'm genuinely, I always get so annoyed if people don't turn the notification off, because it's like, man, I don't know if it's your notification or mine. And please, just put some, just mute it, please. Has got Ready or Not and our creators. Why do Ready or Not sounds so familiar? Why am I blanking on it? Ready or Not. I've ignored it. Why have I ignored this? I have one friend who recommends against this game. Oh, What the hell? Do not buy this game. It will take away your content. Screw censorship. Less gory and less nudity. Wait, who is this friend? Is this even someone that I actually know? I have no idea if I even have friends in common with this person because they've hidden their friends. Anyway. Propaganda? Okay. Back to this game, though. So... love Roottree so much, I'm probably grabbing it. You haven't played Obra Dinn? Fucking go buy it. This game is very obviously and incredibly inspired by Obra Dinn. So if you like this, you'll love Obra Dinn. Like, this game's a little more involved than Obra Dinn, but there's a beauty in Obra Dinn's simplicity. You're going to record it? Oh, that's the good shit. Okay, so anyway, so this is a picture of the Free Spirits, which is the third generation. There's the 5 pieces. So there's the original couple, there's the 5 pieces, and then no, hold on. There's the 5 pieces. There's the next generation. And then there's the Free Spirits. Which are these guys? So there's a lot of people in that picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I've gotten 3 of them. I've been curious specifically about these 2 on the right. Because, blondes, brunette with a little bit of amber in the brunette. Still brunette. But then these redheads. And I figured, these are going to be the kids of Sam, if Sam was the redhead. But Sam's not the redhead. It's Angelica who's the redhead. So I'm going to say that her 2 kids are these super redhead people. Let's just put housewife. There is one more name that I do know from stuff I already have. And that is... no. Maybe it was... I might have to go look it up again. Do I have it linked in my notes? No. Fuck. So I found a new reason to take notes from... what's it called? All right, I think I figured out a reason of why I want to actually not just copy and paste in, but take the notes from. I think if I click this, I go, yep, straight back to this, which is very, very helpful. Incredibly helpful. So now I have to go back to this. Did I save her book? No. Wait, I did. No, I didn't. Fuck. Okay. Caroline Morden. What was your book name? Shit. What was her book name? Sir Addie. Hello. First, hello, Alfie. Congratulations on being first. Addie, thank you for clipping face stream so I could save my stream streak. Elmo, her book. I will say, quick rant. This whole we're gonna shorten Actually, okay, what's up? So, watch streaks. I don't want to say they're incredibly important, but some of them have been incredibly important to me. And Twitch is kind of weird about saving them. They originally were notifying you if you're about to lose your watch streak, and now they don't anymore, which is very fucking annoying. Also fucking annoying. This is a tangent that I'll come back to. So, anyway, to save watch streaks, you have to watch 15 minutes of the VOD within 24 hours of the stream ending or starting, one of those two. Or you could just watch a clip that someone clipped. So, Addy clipped face stream, and I was able to watch 10-second clip and save my watch streak, which is, again, really important. It helps out your streamers a lot if you clip stuff, because dumb 10-second clip, not dumb, it was a great clip, but silly 10-second clip made it so I could save my watch streak by just watching it for 10 seconds. Another dumb thing that Twitch decided not to notify me about for whatever fucking reason, my affiliate anniversary was yesterday. So cool. Don't get to celebrate that. But, thank you for everyone who's been here. It's been great fun. And yeah, I've been an affiliate for another year now. I don't know which anniversary was because they fucking decided not to tell me until Mim went and gifted me a sub yesterday for no reason. And it was like, oh, you did this on their affiliate anniversary. Go you. So thank you, Twitch, for not notifying me about anything. Okay, how do I find your book name? Here? Oh, I have to go to the fucking periodicals. We're gonna highlight this, and then we're gonna go to the book. Self-portrait, art and the beauty of women. We'll find the full color self-nude portraits at different ages, stretching from 25 to 30. These certainly have not been added to your evidence. Okay, so we're going to highlight this. Dr. Wilson. It's a shame they should have been. All right, Wilson. Oh my God. So the question is, which of these three is Dr. Wilson? I don't have a way of knowing. Do you know Gem's one of these? You know what? We're going to put Gem in the middle. Just so I remember that these are Wilsons. All right. Now, a tangent I didn't really go on, but I would really like to check. So, as you can see, we've got a bunch of things of evidence. Now, Addy's here too. It was me. Cheer with your creator balance. You apply your $52.90 payout balance when buying bits or gift subs. 2 bits minimum. Cheer. 100 badge unlocks 90 bits. Beta. Send a cheer and start a combo. New features I just noticed your stream, and heck, I'll spend what I had earned on when I streamed on you, King. You don't have to do that. Get your $50 payout. What the fuck? So anyway, as you might see above my head, some of these have these numbers on the right side. And what this is your intuition. So, the higher the number, the more there is to find. Basically, this is like, hey, how much does this actually help you? I would say it's Nate is sufficiently pestered. I don't think that limit will ever be hit. Yeah, true. Now, from my understanding, I think this number is supposed to go down as you find stuff, which makes this all the more interesting. Because this is a 10. And as far as I know, all we've gotten are their names and pictures, which makes me want to figure out what MMM is and Peter Genowick's. And maybe there's more to find there. So MMM is an abbreviation for Modern Music Monthly, a magazine from the 40s to early 80s. It went out of business due to high competition from much more major publications. Oh, speaking of all this, one other thing that this... More to find there? Yes, there's much more to find here. So one other very, very, very interesting thing. Diamond LaRue is... Where are you? Diamond LaRue, Jim Rootree's wife. But we do have a list of all the names that we're going for. And if we go down, where are they? We have some Rafferty LaRues. Now, who the fuck is Rafferty? Well, that would be Clark and Jacob, or Chris Clark and Jacob. Clark Rafferty is Lauren Roottree's son, and has a couple of has had a couple of spouses, and I'm now very convinced, because I don't think there's another LaRue, or is there? Oh, there's two. Wait. LaRue, more like LaPoo. Well, anyway. These are Jessica and Katrina. I don't know if this is the right order between the two, but there's some LaRue business going on. And I wonder if we're going to find that with this. Okay, so we searched MMM. I'm going to search it again, because... Actually, is it still up? Abbreviation for modern... Yeah, okay. So we've got a new periodical. But then the other thing we could search is... Peter Genowick's. Seemed to be a music critic. You find him mentioned on a fan website about a band unrelated to the Roottrees. He's worked for Modern Music Monthly before the magazine went under. Okay, so is this a red herring? Addie's bullying me? You modded me so I could help him bully you. So, yes, this was the first rabbit hole I went down? Hell yeah. He's sending you sad alerts when you're offline. Just turn off your freaking streaming software. I'm playing on my Switch. Excuse you? Okay, so it's the easiest way to hear Animal Crossing. You know what's an easy way to hear Animal Crossing? Playing on your Switch without it connected to anything. Also, what the hell do you need to hear in Animal Crossing? There. That's all the noises you heard in Animal Crossing. Okay, so if we search, interesting. Not Deborah, Diamond. All right. The LaRue Sisters. In an article from 1968, you find a small section focusing on young, upcoming talent that Modern Music Monthly predicts will make it big. It has this to say about the LaRues. The LaRue Sisters got their start doing session work for the Great Uncle's record label. If you remember any songs from 1960 to 65 that featured voices of kids, they were probably involved. Back then, they were credited as the Lucky LaRues. Now that he's passed, they moved on to bigger and better ventures and are going by their full names. Diamond and Jane have been touring with some famous faces. Ever heard of the Roottrees? They're looking to release an album sometime in the next year. Youngest Kim is about to step into a prominent role on Broadway, taking over for one of the children, Oliver. Lucky LaRue's and dead, indeed. Okay, so Jane and Kim. Which LaRues do I have? Huh. Damn, all three married in the Roottree family. But where? Did Clark just marry both of them? Huh, thanks, Simon. I know you know everything. I know you've beaten the game. We're just gonna highlight this. Okay. So let's go back to Jane LaRue. Jane Del Vecchio is listed on talent for hire site as a wedding singer. Way down the credentials section of her biography, it mentions she got her start as a young girl when she was Jane LaRue of the Lucky LaRues. It also mentions to only contact her agent in the event they actually wish to hire her, and that any and all inquiries about her past or sister would be ignored. This is pretty fast for dial-up. True. Okay, Del Vecchio. Do I have... What the fuck? I don't have anyone with her married name in my tree. That's annoying. Okay, well then... Or her sister. She has multiple sisters. The Dawn? Isn't that the last name? Kim. Why did where did Dawn come from? Okay. So back to periodicals. Look up Jim Roottree, aka James Roottree. Review an interview from 1979 titled A Reluctant Hitmaker. Jim goes into his first band. Till a few years ago, Diamond and I were in C and J and plus J and D with my cousin and his ex. C and J. Sounds like Clark. Should make this Jane? Clark. Oh, yeah. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpapa insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane. Oh, my God. If I just kept fucking reading. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters. So the four of us had sort of a cutesy family band thing going on. Not our finest hour. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her youngest sister, everything exploded. No more family band. Anyway. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music. But even then, we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes. Clark. Man. Son of a soldier indeed. He was always more interested in catchy tunes. Something you hum a week later. I've been told Roland is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh. But I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess. He's a lot happier now. He started Raffer Tunes. He's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. It's also how my father was connected to Roottree. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player, but I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. Okay, so your dad did advertising. Cool! I got the LaRues right. Booyah! Okay. Well. Oh, so we're going to have one more Rafferty. Yeah, Chris. So you're also into music. Because you do tunes. Alright, so... No. Raffer tunes. Let's both highlight this, just to get back to this easier. And then... Well, fine. No, I just want to search it. Printing raff_roo.jpg. A website about Raffer tunes. Clark Rafferty LaRue's advertising firm. Oh. On it, there's an about page. You find a picture labeled inspiration for the famous Super Bowl. Why is this one word? Why is Super Bowl one word? Ad campaign. For that is more detail. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children. When his wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina, calmed down for the picture. He had the idea for the Roottree Super Bowl ad. Photos now in your evidence. Okay, so Katrina's the youngest. Hey! I actually had her right. All right, what's her new picture? Ah. Okay. Well, found this photo on the Raffer Tunes website. It was labeled the inspiration for the famous ad campaign. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait of his wife and children, and while his wife was trying to get Katrina, his youngest, to calm down for the picture of the idea for the Roottree Super Bowl ad. Okay. So, Clark, Kim, I'm going to go out on a limb because they look young. What if I just put them both as students K-12? No. Are you also in advertising? Is that it? That's it. Booyah. When's... Oh, these both had ones in them and they don't anymore. Okay. And then this is also down to 5. Okay, cool. Figure that out way faster than I did. I'm curious. If it would spoil anything, you don't have to say anything. but I'm curious what your holdup was. Actually, you know what? We'll talk about that after, if we remember. I missed that he got into advertising. Oh. They even spaced out Super Bowl here. Yeah, they talked about how he was doing jingles, and it's the most recent job. So, yeah. I mean, you got that, but just to clarify of why musician didn't work. Okay. So there's still... God, there's still more with this to find. But I'm looking at this. Oh, right. I wanted to search all of Lauren Roottree's books. Which is not a periodical. It's the public library. What the fuck? Oh, it was under... Is it Rafferty? Published 1963, out of print, no copies available. Re-releases X marks the spot. X marks the spot. And then this is going to be under Roottree. Spot? Why did that T take so hard? Published 1974, softcover, fiction romance. According to the back of the book, this is a buried treasure by Lauren Roottree and from the author of the Court series. It also says to keep an eye out for Lauren Roottree's next book, revisiting the diary 10 years later. What? I'm not typing all that. Five new fucking pieces of evidence. Lauren Roottree. You know, when we first found Lauren Roottree, the diary book for Lauren, I started thinking about the entire family tree from her perspective to the point of I even said like I and we. And I'm starting to think that actually is the best way to play this game, is just think about it this from goddamn Lauren's point of view. There's a version of Lauren Rootree's diary released in 1975. Unlike the original diary, it contains no pictures, but has many new passages reflects on her thoughts 10 years later. One major event happened between releases that changed Lauren's outlook on certain subjects. The death of Elias. A summary of the file has been added to your notes, as well as some other select pages. Assuming that being her grandfather and not any of the other three Eliases in her family. The new diary opens with an explosive incident that happened the decades between the release and re-release of Lauren's diary. Elias Roottree had died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud. Samantha Roottree. Although Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, he had a stipulation that she retained the rights to run the farm and any and all decisions related to it. It was then that the scandalous secrets came out. None of the five pieces were surprised. It was quite a shock to everyone else, including Sam. She had been told her parents died. Apparently, Sam was a illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. Patricia, the daughter of a local steel mogul, and Eli Jr. harbored a secret romance at age 16. She became pregnant, and after the birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby, Samantha, was sent to the Rootrees. Elias hid her away with the local farmhand known as E.C. Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that, almost. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr., and they finally married in their 50s. Lauren mentioned the wedding in her first diary without knowing Patsy's history. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. Lauren, ever the romantic, quite appreciated this. When Patsy and Eli Jr. finally married, Elias decided Sam should have been a Rootree in the first place. Though she was not part of the clan said trust, he wanted to include her in family affairs. That was what led to Lauren's initial entry entitled Sam. W? He's like, I fucking said, my blood is thicker than syrup. Addie, thank you for the bits. What the Addie? Why? Thank you for the 6 bits. Okay, so I'm thinking the one... Well, actually, no, there's no question. The one is this. Happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you again. Sorry, that sounded way snippier than I meant it to be. And 10 total. How long is he gonna go on? The funny thing is, I can't hear my notifications, so I can see that it's happening, obviously. But if you're trying to do this to like, I'm just giving you their 2 cents. True. Oh dear. Oh dear. Page of additional notes and context from the 1975 10-year anniversary re-release of Lauren's diary. His companion piece of the entry about Sam. Clearly, I did not know her true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Rootree. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. Had she the chance to grow up with us, Sam might have been the sister figure Gwen never was. Are we up to 12 now? Addie, how many are you going for? Because 12 is definitely more than the number of years I've been an affiliate. $14's certainly more. 76 to go. You're going for 90? Ernie and the kids are... So, she's a fine woman. Had she the chance to grow up with us, Sam might have... Yes? Okay. Sam might have been the sister figure Gwen never was. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her, and her children seem eager to help the family in their own ways. Okay, so yeah, this is where Ernie is. Faith. Addie needs to go study. Addie, go study. You're not allowed to give me any more bits until you've studied. Okay, so Faith is only saying this so donate you less bits. And going audio only to try to save phone battery. Okay. Donate him all the bits you like. No. Donate him with Faith, and go fucking study. Oh, 33 is my next goal. That makes sense. I was like trying to remember what my next goal was, forgetting that there's way more than 33 people in here. Okay, I still don't know between the two of them. So obviously, one's Ernest Jr., one's Matt or Gwyneth. I will study. No, that's not how this works, Addie. That's not how this works. I made the rule, and I said you're not allowed to study, or you're not allowed to donate any more bits until you study. What? Fine? No, not fine. Faith, that's way more than double what he did. Fuck off, Addy. Faith, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. I know? Okay. Well, I appreciate it. He did 14. And he did 100? Ernie kids are lucky to have her, and her children seem... Okay. It's been a long, long time since any real Roottree was as excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As bonus, Gwyneth has the green thumb of her mother and her adopted grandfather. What I'm most ashamed of is not figuring it all out myself. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. She doesn't have the thick glasses Patsy did, of course, but I guess that skips a generation. Her children have that covered. Ah! Okay. Faith and one donation call me broke in 9 different languages. Oh, rip. Okay. So we know you're the 4th president. We probably have this reversed. What other ones do I have locked in? I kind of don't want to brute force this of like, well, if I get them the right order, then something will unlock. Oh, I don't think I think I just unlocked Clark and his kids, so I don't have anything else. Although, green thumb of her mother. They're like farmer. Are y'all farmers? I hate that I'm doing this. I hate that I'm doing this. I'm gonna swap them real quick. I brute forced that. I'm not going to argue that. But I feel like that was a fair brute forcing. What was that noise? I have no notification. What is that noise? It's definitely in game. Oh. It's a different cheer? Oh. Wait, what? Why is that not showing up in my events? What the hell is this? Thank you for the 5 bits, Addy and Simonid, but... Wait, what is this? Does it just make a noise on stream? Haha, streamer. That's very funny. It's combos. Oh, okay, cool. Good for. I know Twitch wants me like push the monetization. So click to join the community, so I clicked it. Okay. Well, thank you for the 5 bits. Hopefully you meant to give me the bits and not got scammed out of bits. Okay. So, like, I do feel a little bad, because, like, this was also a 50-50, but guy dying young, like, meant less likely he had kids to me. Whereas this, obviously, I had him backwards. But I think it'll... I'm sure I'll find that out soon. It's hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they read the firm's operations would pass Samantha Roottree for as long as she was willing. I got flashbacks to when Zach was made president. Mother reframed it a bit to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money. After all, I'm essentially inheriting the right to rule over the peasants for eternity. Pop warned us away from that farm for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop was referred to him as confirmed bachelor. I suspect that's why he's kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. They were roommates. I'm not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her to that life. If I were her, I might never forgive them either. But even so, she seems to blame more than just the two of them. She has no problem with us next gens, but she's a palpable hatred for the Five Pieces and Elias and Blair.
And his name is John Cena.
His name is John Cena. Addie Cena. Alright. 2. Oh, there's nothing left on this. Or this. Okay. Page of additional notes and context from the 1975 10-year anniversary re-release of Lauren's diary. It's a companion piece to the entry about her son Clark. Reading this back, I get deja vu. As I write this addendum, Clark's gotten married again. No Roottree has ever remarried. Sure, I lost Jacob, and Gwen divorced Wild Bill just before she had her second. Wild? Oh! Wait. Gwen with 2 N's. Where's... That's you. Okay. Wild Bill. There was... Where was that? In this book. Wild Bill Williams. Wait, what? Oh my god. This is way too much reading to find a fucking birth name for this guy. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not well organized and the search is broken. You get to individual pages from your search engine. Wild Bill Williams was the leading man of some non-notable movies in the 1950s. He appeared in an adventure movie called Fortune Favors the Grave, which is yet to be released for home audiences. You find any additional information about that film. He's known for his good looks and off-screen romances, specifically with blondes. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party, and she was already aware of his reputation. Did you know trivia? Wild Bill grew up in Paris, France. He returned there often. So I need to find a fucking French name? French. Damn. Oui. Damn. Merde. Putain. Fuck! It's not gonna be the Wilsons. Why do I not see? You know what? Unknown male. We'll just put that. Okay, not Deborah, not Laura. No, we know where the Catrells are. Shit, maybe I need to start putting in... Wait, I thought we knew where the Catrells were. Well... It's not that. Linus Cornwall. Is Linus a French name? Walter Forsyth doesn't sound very French. David Kellogg III. I don't think so, because I'm assuming these two have the same last. Well, I guess if she divorced right before she had the second one, then what? It could be David Kellogg III. This is David Kellogg IV, and then this is just a Roottree. But that doesn't seem enough to lock in. And then a bunch of Roottrees. And the Wilsons. There's not a lot to go off of. Grew up in Paris, France. I feel like this should be a much bigger hit than it is. Anyway, back to this. Sure, I lost Jacob, and Gwyn divorced Wild Bill just before she had her second. Not even I can blame her for that. I've seen what she gets up to in Starlet. But neither of us ever took a second husband. The way the world is moving, I guess it was inevitable someone in this family would remarry. I just wish it wasn't my son. I can only wonder if Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage is due to the lack of a real father. I did what I could, and Lord knows Eli C. stepped up and helped. More than I can say for Clancy or Edward. Eli C. practically raised Clark and Jim as brothers whenever he could. Eli's marriage seems fine. And Jim's marriage seems solid as a rock, pun intended. So who knows what causes those things. I suspect that he's marrying Jane to keep her from running out on the band. Without her, he'd be the third wheel. I imagine that they wouldn't last long as a trio. But still, I don't think a marriage is on such a shaky foundation like that can last. And Lord knows I was right last time. So what am I supposed to know to learn here that's not Wild Bill? Because there's two. Oh god, I'm going to start doing this, aren't I? Where I'm metagaming the two. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to metagame the two. We got Eli C. locked in. Because there's definitely like some things where it's like, hey, you should know this. And I'm like, cool, I know this. I just don't have a picture for them. Or I don't know who in the picture it is. Wait a second. How many people do I not still have locked in this picture? These two. Well, those two and then these two. I'm going to say you're Gwendolyn because, man, the curly hair. It's the curly hair. That's it. So wait, who's missing from the... Oh. It's Clark, isn't it? Clark's in here? Yeah, Clark's in here. Okay. So let's go with that being Clark. Just because of the mustache. Although... So, if I go back and look at what this? Hello, ma'am. This is. I literally told you. Go. This is the Ober-like. Yes. I told you to watch the VOD for Friday so you can keep your stream streak. You could have seen all of this. I come in time for Adge. We about to Adge? No, we're not. We're snoozing. No, it's cheating? It's not cheating. What the fuck? Okay, so anyway. Trying to figure out alternate pictures of Jim. So, we got Jim. Right here. Rolling on down the city. It's cheating. Well, then maybe you should have showed up for stream. So, he's got this hair. It's easier to see here. He's got this hair. It goes coiffed all the way over. Meanwhile, if we go back to this stupid picture.
His name is John C.
I'm an agent. No, I'm the agent. Alright, so we've got his hair doing this little loop-de-loop. Then his hair, which also does this. It's hard to see from here. His hair that also does this swoop up. So I'm trying to figure out which one is this. I guess, you know, let's just do that. And then if... Obviously, these don't really matter for the purposes of, like, solving the ultimate puzzle, but it does help knock out pictures. Anyway, let's see if I can finish this. Names. It's a page from the 1975 10-year anniversary re-release of Lauren's diary. It is not a companion piece to any specific entry, but addresses feedback. Biggest complaint I got for publishing my diary is how many similar names there are. And I get it. There are 4 Eli's, for Pete's sake. That's how it is. Someone would say I saw Eli in town. I wouldn't know which one they meant. My brother? My uncle? My cousin? That's why they became Uncle Junior, or Miracles Eli, or Eli C. Slightly mad on my PC. It's not showing my background anymore for desktop. Okay, I watched. Now it's bedtime. Damn. Ooh, what is this game? What's up, NASCAR Ben? How are you? This is the Roottrees Are Dead. We've been tasked. So, this family of 5, Carl, Brenda, Raina, Carly, Riley, died in a plane crash, and they're part of a major family called the Rootrees. And we've been tasked with figuring out the full family tree for reasons we're still kept in the dark of, but someone in the Roottree family is the one who's hired us to do this. And so I just realized there's another picture for Raina somewhere out there. So we've been tasked with filling out this whole thing. Everything in yellow is stuff we've locked in. We only get things locked in if you have 3 correct entries. If you have a couple of entries fully completed and you're not getting locked in, it doesn't tell you which of the 3 are wrong. Right now, we're trying to get to 33 correct entries filled in, and only the ones with pictures matter. This is just over in. Yes, it is. Hydrate, thank you. It even plays a music that changes the music when you get your 3 right. But yeah. Is it a foul play whodunit, or right now are you just a PI? There's some hints that it might be, well, there's some conspiracies out there on the internet, because it's 1998. We are searching on Netscape Explorer using Spider Search, and we have found found people thinking there's conspiracies, but we haven't found any evidence of conspiracy yet. But I do apologize because you came in right after I've already snoozed an ad, and this ad's going to run in a minute. But we'll be back in 3 minutes. I will not do anything during the ad break, and I will see you guys in 3 minutes. See you soon. All right, we're back. Ah, do I need to turn that light off? Yeah. No, I just need to not have the cam on him because you can't even see him. Can't even see him being cute. Look at him. Look at him. What are you doing? What are you doing, sir? Splash says hi, Buster. Is that my fast counterpart? NASCAR Ben? Yes. He's like me if I was good at anything. Anyway. We've got Grandpa or Uncle Junior or Eli C. And then Miracle's Eli. Families' names were always unusual. Grandpa Elias was a believer and used the names of each generation to honor those last. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father was named Edward and Clancy. So now you see where my pop's name came from. I think that's always been consistent in our family, though, is that anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. I've been assuming this. I didn't actually realize that this wouldn't be a thing, but like, I just was assuming this. That goes for Miracle, Eli, or even Clancy. With the women, however, it all goes out the window. It usually is a thing in real life, so it makes sense. Yeah, no, it's not always the case, but like, if you're gonna name your kid if you're gonna name your kid to your name, it's usually like the thing you do with the first one. I'm not naming any of my kids Benjamin. Not that I hate the name. I love the name. But man, no offense to anyone out there that named their kids after themselves, but like, it feels, the thought of it feels gross. I would definitely name like one of my kids after like my grandparents or something, like, but that's hey, this person meant so much to me. And like, even after my parents, like, I don't know about my dad. I think my mom would be like, why'd you name your daughter after me? My dad's name is a family name for us, so my brother has it as his middle name, and my dad keeps asking if he's going to get a grandkid called by his name. Ooh. Yeah, no. My dad wouldn't expect me to name my son after him. I don't think he'd mind. Like, I think my mom would mind. I think my dad would be like, oh, you don't have to do that. My father's brother also called Bob, and a great uncle Bob are alongside too many Roberts. He has one grandkid already. True. No, my parents have plenty of grandkids. They're just very, very fuzzy. Even fuzzier than me, and I have a big beard. Grandchild question? Oh yeah. No, I just showed you the grandchild they have. Well, one of them. And I've posted pictures of plenty of the others. My sister now has 3 dogs and 3 cats. Although the cats come from her boyfriend, so I don't know if they're really grandkids, but they're pretty cute. With the woman, however, it all goes out the window. I think Gwendolyn got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Caroline, who was Elias' mother. Women's names tend to get all mixed up as the generations went on. I guess that's because there's no female equivalent of Junior. I've never thought about that before. I wonder if that's why I think it's so gross. If I just subconsciously knew that and thought it was gross. I mean, I had a partner who wanted to name her kid after herself. and she really wanted to do it, I'd be like, sure, probably, but I also probably, I don't know. I guess I haven't been in that situation, so I wouldn't know. There's part of me that's like, wouldn't I could just consider that another red flag? If reading my diary confused, you're not alone. Even the government had problems. I remember once receiving certified mail for an Edward Clancy Roottree. To break the news, they got my father's name backwards. Is this just in case you didn't get that who her dad was? I guess there's a couple different ways of coming at it. We didn't have it spelled. The way we figured it out wasn't spelled out. It was using an assumption, but a fairly safe assumption. My mom, myself, my kiddo share the same middle name. No. Middle names out the window. I'm and again, this is just for I feel gross, not it's gross. It's I feel gross. The thought of naming my son Benjamin. It's not that it is gross. Obviously, there's plenty of good people who've named their kids Junior. But also, yeah, no, middle names is completely out the window. Like, honestly, like I have a couple of friends where like they're like either the only daughter or their firstborn, they're their firstborn and they're a girl, and like their parents had plans of doing a like a firstborn kid being Junior, and they said got like a feminized version of the first name instead as their middle name. First name, I have one friend who she got her dad's first name as her name. As an adult, she changed it. And that's and I do not blame her. But as a middle name, I actually think that's like a much better, and I don't know. That's a way that I wouldn't do, but like that one I don't think twice about ever. I do think twice about juniors, but for the most part, that's like it doesn't matter what I think, and also it's really not that bad. But as the middle name, nah. Middle name's a great place to do that. Middle name's a great place, in my opinion, to pay respect to family members. If anything, to me, that feels like the point of the middle name. But that also is helped by the fact that both me and my sister's middle names are for people in our family. Me for a great grandfather, my sister for a great grandmother. So I'm also biased on that regard. There's probably people who are like, no, don't use any part of a name as a reference to someone in your family. That's weird. And it's none of my business is the real answer. This is a page from the 1975 10-year anniversary release of Lauren's diary. It's not a companion piece to any specific entry, but rather a fun bonus. Apparently, this is the first thing she could find that she ever wrote. She knows it was for a school assignment about anger, and she believes, based on the teacher's name, she must have been in 3rd grade. She doesn't exactly remember the events spelled out here, but does remember getting in trouble. I get angry when I met a new girl who I did not like. She was dirty and did not have a pretty P-R-I-T-T-Y dress. Me and Pop walked home in town and she hugged him. When I told her he was my Pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her, and Pop said to treat her nice. She said, "Your Pop is my dad." She screamed it loud in my ear. She was lying to me, and lying is not a nice thing. So I pushed her too, and I got in trouble. Then Pop took her away. He told me, "Don't worry, I'm glad she's gone." Was this Sam? Anyway, there's no hint left out of this one. Okay, so where are we at? Captain did it. Why is there 6 things here? I guess the WRTD thing. Oh, I want to go back to this. Debbie and Nicole. So that's going to be here. Deborah Bean and Nicole Madsen. We're going to also go with student K-12. So we're at 2. Seems too logical. True. Okay, what else? What else have I been staring at that I've should have been figuring out? Okay. There's 4 names, so are we supposed to figure out B, B, C, S, P, and A? But who the hell... There's no way, right? Okay. What pictures do I have left? I've got pictures locked in. Is that the same for the men? Everyone's got one? Okay. Why is there still an intuition on this? Huh? No. I've dived down this rabbit hole. There's definitely things in the Butler County Times that I'm probably missing, and I wonder if that's it. There's a bunch of... Oh, you know what? There's a bunch of Lauren Rootree's books we haven't looked up. Romance in Court. Romance novel by Lauren Roottree. The About the Author blurb mentioned she had the inspiration from one of her brother Clancy's lectures on the Middle Ages. Lectures? Well, Clancy Jr., does that mean you're a professor? It does. Well done. Booyah. She's back!
On the phone, I said I owed you an explanation. But I can't reveal everything. Not yet.
What? That sounds like you're not giving me an explanation, even though you owe me one.
I'm sure this all seems like deception for deception's sake. So I'll try to explain why. It's true, I'm working with lawyers. But not the candy company lawyers. My publisher's lawyers.
Is this actually Lauren? This would be so fucking funny if this is actually Lauren.
I'm on the verge of releasing a book, and it's not kind to the Roottrees.
Okay, never mind.
Especially Elias and the Five Pieces. The truth often isn't. But with the plane crash, the publisher is rightfully worried it'll look like I'm making things up to exploit a tragedy.
Is it Sam? No.
So they're doing their due diligence. That's why you're here. To be sure there's enough evidence for an expert to unearth the whole story. If I tell you the whole story now, we can't prove that. I hope you understand. That said, I can say that the work you're doing is very personal to me. To my story, one spot on the tree is more important than the rest. You've likely noticed it. It's locked for now.
A 6-piece that got cut from the family. Ooh.
After you fill it in.
Maybe.
Also, there are fewer Roottrees left. In a sense, that makes it easier. Use process of elimination. It's also harder to verify when you're right. You'll need 4 blood relatives before they lock from here on out.
Oh, shit!
I don't have any more evidence for you, but trust your intuition. If something
Fuck.
happens,
I was very much hoping she was going to have more evidence for me.
you're getting closer and closer to the truth. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay, well, this is now 6. Next time they returned, they gave you a partial explanation. They hired you to help verify their personal account of the family's history. All that's left to do is finish the family tree and find what's in the locked space, which they said was personal to them. So it might be Sam's family. Big famous family like this is about to have some family scandals. Well, we've found some of them. Where was it? There was a court trial. Okay. Process of elimination. Well, we have a bunch of Roottrees left. So Candy, Jack, Christina, Robert, Ronald, Tessa, and Wolf. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So the last 7 Roottrees are all here. I have no idea what this... Well, okay, what names do we have? Where have I seen Cattrall before? Or Catterall? Was that the actual name? Cattrall. Sam Cattrall. I swear I've seen... Okay. Well, actually, it's really easy. It's got to be him. Because there's no last names. Basically, so Sam is the spouse of someone that has the spouse of a woman in the family that has only one kid, and of the options left, that's just with Gwyneth, right? This is a woman. We already have Chris. There's some world where Sam and Stephanie both married in the family, but I don't think they're gonna do that twice. So we're gonna go with that being Stephanie. Now, let's start looking at some other last names. So David Kellogg III, we're probably going to be looking for someone like this, where they just have 2 kids. And I don't think there's any other options besides that. Okay. So let's go with that. Kellogg, David III. Let's just start with David IV, and then what was the other Kellogg? Bethany. I'm looking for 4 last names. Actually, no, we know this is one of the Wilsons. But which one? All right. Did Gwendolyn marry someone? No. Zach's gonna be the firstborn, right? Name for her grandfather, or name for his grandfather. Let's. Why was that so easy? So this is Stephen. Dr. Stephen Wilson is a pediatrician who practices north of Pittsburgh. While there are lots of Stephen Wilsons and Dr. Wilsons, this one apparently found a way to game the search results. It pops to the top every time. His website claims that he is the pediatrician of the stars. The only evidence for this is he apparently was the doctor of the Roottree sisters. There's a picture of him on his website, as well as a picture of his 3 children. 3 of them look as though the photographer was holding them hostage. Regardless, the photos have been added to your evidence. There's also a quote that, although credited to his child Jason, you suspect not be written by a 10-year-old. My dad is the best dad in the entire world, and he treats every patient with world-class care. He'll treat your children like you would me, my big brother, or my sister. Okay, so Jason's the youngest. I think I did that right. Yeah, hell yeah. I love being accidentally right. Okay. Let's look at this. Oh my god. Dr. Stephen Wilson, self-proclaimed pediatrician of the stars, found this photo on his website. Oh, so we definitely know these pictures are reversed. Any other? What other? Don't have you locked in, don't have you locked in, don't have either you locked in. Okay. Those are the only pictures I don't have locked in. Sweet. Right? Yeah. Okay. Now, the kids. Well, at least... Man, Dr. Steve Wilson's kids. The quote below the picture was credited Jason. My dad is the best dad in the entire world. He treats every patient with world-class care. He will treat your children like you would me, my big brother or my sister. Picture has a date on it. Seems like it's taken 2 years ago, 1996. This gives big... I don't know why I'm at my big brother's graduation. So I'm going to just assume that I got it right the first time, that she's the middle child. Two years ago, I mean, he's not going to be student K-12 anymore, but I don't know what else he would be. So let's just put this in for now. And then if we get it right, then we get it right. Oh, he might be college. Let's put college. Well, if he went to college, but let's put college just to see. Okay. Well, that's David Kellogg. Did I spell that right? Yeah. I don't want to start putting the third, fourth, or whatever. Chris Rafferty. Have I searched Clark Rafferty? I don't actually know. Few sad sites, the band Jim and Diamond seem to mention that he used to make music with Clark Rafferty. They mentioned an album called These Times. Periodical. These Times. Section of the magazine called Skip It or Flip It has short, pithy blurbs about new records. An album called These Times listed as Skip It column with the following. These Times, a new single from C&J, J&D, Clark Rafferty, Jim Roottree, and two Little Roo sisters. Amateurish folk style songwriting. It's catchy at times, older doesn't do anything new. Okay. We knew that. Why don't we know anything about their kids? Do children not count as being right? What do you mean? What? From my understanding, all the ones with the portrait over the name count towards total. So, yeah, anyone who is a direct descendant of these two is what counts. Which, yes, I think does mean they're going to have a portrait over them. But yes, we need to find 4. So, yeah, direct descendants. I don't know if I've searched Edward Roottree, now that I think about it. Huh. I'm gonna find your job, who you fucking married, and well, okay. Let's see. It's a woman. Which doesn't help me at all. Luisa Garcia sticks out as a not white name and with a bunch of very white names mixed in. Why don't I just keep searching names? Wolf Roottree. Jack and Christina. Jack, Christina. Robert, Ronald, and Tessa. Okay. Well, that makes that slightly easier. Linus Cornwall. Going to relax in bed. Good night, Faith. Hi, Sticky Streamer. Thank you. Walter Forsyth. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. Site's not well organized, and the search is broken. You get to individual pages from your search engine. Walter Forsythe is listed in the cast of a movie called Gal and the Gang, which is directed by Bruce Throckmorton. Appears to be a low-budget comedy. There's no information about it anywhere else online. Wait, no. Just wanted to search it. No. Bruce Throckmorton was a prolific movie director who released a movie every year from the 1960s until his death on set in 1993. Most of his movies can be described as camp, especially those from the 1970s. We noticed some critics seem to take offense to that characterization. One of his signature flourishes would include a silly message a minute or two after the movie's credits ended. Most of these have been cut from his home video released of his titles, so fans' work would try to track down film prints to catalog them all. As fascinating as this is, it does seem related to the Roottree. Shut up! It's all important. Okay, so Walter Forsythe. Let's throw that out there, that Walter Forsythe later rebranded as Wild Bill Williams. Because we don't know anything else about him, but apparently he married somebody. Hold on, when was that? I don't know when it was. I guess we could search Gal and the Gang. Yeah, that's literally the only thing that comes up. Okay. Luisa Garcia. Wait, hold on. Okay, I don't have an easy way of checking off which ones I've searched. I guess I can still do this. Yeah, but I don't... Yeah. There's not a good way of doing it. Patricia Jones. Huh. I have no idea where that's going to be, am I? Surprise! Surprised Caroline didn't talk about her mother at all. But I guess that doesn't help us with figuring out the direct family members. Or how are we going to find a fucking picture of Chris Rafferty? Clara Lansing. Helen Lennon. Joan Monroe. I think this is a terrible way of doing this. Let's go back to... Okay, the one is the Wild Bill Forsythe. I have no idea how I'm supposed to still get one thing from here. I guess I could just go search all the names again. But like... I'm confused what counts as one for this. Because, like, obviously searching Lauren Roottree got me all of the Life Between Wars and the Revisiting the Diary, and there's still 2 left for all of these. What's the one left for this? Oh, it's this. Bring home somebody who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. That's 100% that. This is down to 3. Why is this down to 3? What do we lock in? They got that from 4 to 3. Some of the kids. See, what name would be BB? What name would be B? I'm locking that in. This feels too relevant. What was the court case? Was it RR versus the Roottrees? No. How did I find that court case? Clan said the Rootrees versus RR. You know what? Periodicals. Butler County Times. Damn. Maybe this? No. RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove. This part seems surprisingly relevant. But who's RR? Not any of the miracles. Not Elias. Not Gwen or Margalite. Wait, who the fuck is RR? Shut up, Crank. I can't believe Craig's trying to get me to think the red herring is relevant again. Is there a Robert Roottree? Oh, there is. There's a Robert and a Ronald. That's right. Okay, so one of these kids. Oh, or maybe this, or maybe it's over here. Or one of these two. Why is this the same rope that's over here? I guess because it's wedlock? One of them was out of wedlock, but the other one isn't. So why are they both attached like that? Robert and Ronald do sound like twin names. Do we know anyone left as a twin? Like, we don't know these two. We don't need these two. I feel fairly confident saying that while they're brothers, they're not twins. Like, nothing. Like, Gwen and the boys. Hear me out. She would, if they were twins, she would refer to them as twins here, right? She would say Gwen and the boys. She'd say Gwen and the twins. Like, rhymes a little better. I don't know. There's nothing to me that says the specifically twins. I feel like they would have put that hint here, and also height difference. They do make him look a little bit older than him. The one could be an actor. You mean the one with film school on his jacket? That one? Yeah, I guess I could just put an actor. I still don't know which Roottree he is, though. Those horrendous 70s blouses. You are so right. I was going to tell you to take it back, and then I realized no. Okay. How is there still 6 things associated with this? You know what? It's the WRTD thing. Was that a... No, it wasn't a periodic I got. WRTD. Yeah, this is where we got the curse. So let's go look at that again. What is this whole paragraph? Find a few conspiracy websites that claim the Mayan ruby skull is a symbol of death. Legend proof is a blurry photo of a reddish shape that's supposedly a cave painting from South America. According to legend, discovered beneath these paintings were bones from hundreds of different people and animals. One site also mentions the photographer who took the picture died when their boat capsized after crashing into a skull-shaped rock. And some people do keep their kids with all the same first letter, so I think it could be it. No, I'm not saying there's no way it is a thing, but I need more. I need more to even attempt to lock that in. Amongst the spinning skull gifts, you find no source for verifiable details to back up any photos or claims. To you, the blurry photo looks more like an Ignis skull. Okay. I don't think there's anything else to search here. Post before that is linked to a site that talks about Earth has 4 corners, simultaneous 4-day time cubes. What? Nothing relevant. Wait. You begin to read this site and comes to the conclusion that the word no relevant results is a strong enough description for what you're seeing here. It's a massive column of technical terms that aren't real and confusing rants you can't find any meaning in. Regardless, it won't help you with your search. Thank you. Thank you for breaking that up. Okay, entry a few months ago claims the owner of the site received email from Chris Raff, so Chris Rafferty, and asked him to take down the site with fake proof that Ernie Madsen Jr. actually had a heart condition was poisoned. The owner claims that although the proof looks quite credible, he knows the proof was fake. It's the expert creating fake evidence. First entries from 1996, blurry picture of the Roottree Candy Company factory. Right. Do we search this again? And there's something I missed. I mean, I think this is we've already done the search. Yeah. This is literally just the same page. Wait, what? Yeah, Spider Search Operation RT29, and this literally just brings you back to the same page. That's kind of funny that searching this brings you to the Operation RT29. I get that what we're getting are summaries by us of what the research results we're finding. But man, there's some times where I'm just like, this feels like a little too gamey. But it's still a fun game. So what does this lead me to find? Because it... There's some rabbit hole that I'm missing. With the, like... WRTD is the only thing here that I've not gone down the rabbit hole of. Unless, wait. No, I can't click on the TV again. Am I supposed to search these in the book periodical? No, I don't know the author. Or maybe I do. I feel like I haven't done enough with the periodical searches. Oh. Thomas Overwood? Sorry. The stuff I've looked at was looking at this is stuff I've looked up before. What happens if you search the evidence fabricator? Look up Alphabet Davis. Yeah, okay. You're right. I could do those things. Hold on. Let me read this real quick. Jim Rushi seems to have left Butler County by the time Jim and Diamond gained notoriety. The only article you find is from 1979. Article is titled "Former Butler County Resident Enters Disco Charts." Article comes right as Rolling on Down the City was hitting its peak of popularity. This is much to the article other than what you already know, but it is much of the time Jim and Diamond had a 2-year-old daughter they had named Candy. Well, cool. We figured out one of the Roottrees. Sorry, no dad joke. Out of the house and lurking on mute. Well, hello, Amu. The writer of the article did not seem thrilled to report this fact, called the name a bit too on the nose. Okay, let's just go see if there's anything back on this page. Thomas Overwood seems to have different sites about mysterious death and curses. In addition to the Roottree Curse website, you'll find one about the truth behind Spirit Cola, which claims that Spirit really stands for Satan's Plague is returning in 2000. Within the year 2000, anyone who has drunk Spirit Cola will die. The website is Stock Markets and the Devil's Number, which claims you multiply any stock price. Oh yeah, we're covering our bases. I think NASCAR Ben's right. And then add these two numbers together, divide the entire stock total by the stock price. If I was subtract throughout a year, you always end up with 666. Wait. The evidence fabricator. We're talking about Thomas Overwood here? Okay. Could just look up Alphabet Davis. All right. Call someone cute. Buster? You mean this cutie boy? You snoozer? Which guy said he could spot a fake because he makes fakes? I think it's Thomas Overwood. Oop. Putting the camera back on myself woke him up. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, buddy. You're doing great. You're doing so great. He's cleaning my hand. Not to brag, but Buster's cleaning my hand. Thank you, buddy. Oh my gosh, he's a go Buster. All right. Alphabet Davis series of books set in the 1950s. It follows a young, dashing adventurer named Martin Davis III. Alphabet is a nickname that was given to him when he was young due to his interest in puzzles, riddles, and all sorts of other intellectual activities. Though he grew up a simple fisherman, he's in fact descended from pirates. His books involve solving mysteries and finding treasure, often with a genealogical twist. All four by Christoph Rogan. Okay, we can search those up on the public library now. I already read the last paragraph. These books are not related to your investigation of the Rootrees in any way. You could revisit them for old time's sake, but as each volume is more complex than the last, it might be counterproductive considering you have a job to do. But anyway, we're going to read this anyway. Secret Searcher was the first book in the series. It was quite popular. Let's just jump off the picture you asked. We missed a lot of the playthrough. No, you're good. Look, let me clarify real quick. I've apparently missed some very important details in some of these searches. So revisiting things is absolutely something I should be doing because I've missed something. Secret Searcher was the first book in the series. It was quite popular. The sequel, Reverses, was pushed out within a year to capitalize. Many fans think that it suffered in quality due to the accelerated timeline. Still appreciate it nonetheless. While the plot was extremely far-fetched and far more convoluted than Alphabet's first outing, the writing style was the same and the characters were as fun as ever. After that, 2 more books were released. The release dates were much further apart as Christoph Rogan also began to design and release a series of puzzle books related to genealogy. Ends and Beginnings, a young Alphabet adventure, was both a prequel and sequel simultaneously. It left out some of the first 2 books' beloved characters, which was a controversial choice. Still, it sold well, and critics generally felt the story was less of a soap opera than the previous entry. They also appreciated that it reframed elements of the second book in more subtle ways, retroactively making Reverses feel a bit more at home in the Alphabet Davis universe. Christoph Rogan announced that Ends and Beginnings was written as a conclusion and meant for it to be the last Alphabet Davis book. The 4th was released in 1998. There were rumors that it was written specifically to bankroll an electronic version of his true passion, the puzzle books. To a total shift midway through, fans even speculated, hello buddy, that it was actually 2 different partial book drafts that were hastily merged together. Regardless, it was quite over the top, and the plot seemed somehow both bloated and undercooked. It is unclear if there will ever be another Alphabet Davis book, as the most recent one was not a success. And now I have a Buster in my lap. Again, not to brag. Actually, no, I am bragging. This time I am bragging. I've got a Buster in my lap. Hi, sweetie. Hi, my sweetheart. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm going to run this ad so I can snuggle my Buster for 3 minutes. I'll see you guys very soon. All right, we are back. He's still on my lap. He's an ugly boy. Add this to my wish list so I can pick it up on sale. I'm intrigued. Ooh. Do you want up, buddy? Oh, you just want to readjust. I am super enjoying this. If you are intrigued by this, I would highly, highly recommend also adding your wish list Obra Dinn. I think it's the Voyage of the Obra Dinn is the full name. What the hell's the full name of Obra Dinn? Return of the Obra Dinn is the full name. Hydrate, thank you, Amu. This game feels heavily inspired by Obra Dinn. I was led to this game because it was described to me as similar to Obra Dinn. And as much as I like this game, Obra Dinn, I don't want to say blows it out of the water because, like, I don't think that's fair to the devs of this game. But Obra Dinn's really fucking good. And so if this is intriguing to you, I would highly recommend also adding Obra Dinn to your wish list. Okay. Oh, sorry. I entirely understand how that was confusing, so figure it's smarter to just type it out. Oscar, Bravo, Romeo, Alpha, Space, Delta, India, November. Buster's cleaning my hand again. It's really hard to type when Buster needs to clean my hand, but Buster needs to clean my hand. Okay. Secret Searcher, Christoph Rogan. Fuck it. As a reminder, these books are not related to your investigation of Rootrees in any way. Why is the synopsis so big for these? And, like, I guess because it wouldn't be a good puzzle game if the synopsis told you, if all these synopses told you everything. Okay. If you want to, you can pause. And read all this. Okay, I don't know what should happen to force process close in Chrome and Discord. Oh, probably whatever was affecting your background was causing other issues. Does that message saying they aren't related come up because of your research? So everything we read, everything I'm searching is actually a synopsis that our character puts together from all the results. So we're not actually searching the web. Like, if I go search Candy Roottree, like, the nothing relevant to your investigation was found is not the internet telling me that. It's us. It's me, my character, looking at the results, being like, none of this is actually relevant to what we're doing. Did Christoph Rogan marry Roottree? No. I genuinely think all of this stuff is in here as lore, because if they had the as a reminder, these books are not related to your investigation in the Rootrees in any way, and it ended up actually being relevant, that would be like, I don't want to say this is the meanest thing a puzzle game would ever done, but it's certainly like something a bad puzzle game would do, not a good puzzle game. And so far, this seems like a good puzzle game. We've only 50-50'd one thing, and I'm sure I'll later find something that would have told me outright, rather than taking the 50-50 that I did. So, like, this as a reminder, these books are not related to your investigation. Is the game just straight up trying to tell us, hey, this is a rabbit hole that you don't need to go down. But we're going down it anyway because, yeah. Because Buster's being cute and I'm distracted by that. We could search. Just wondering if it might be something that comes up if your character's made a correct determination about something previously. No. I don't think so. Nothing tells me that our character has made incorrect findings before. Damn, going from 3 to 4 is actually such a big deal. Because there's so many like secondary names that I've now locked in that I can't tell which ones are right or not. We're missing so many pictures too, and that's the other interesting thing is how I'm going to find these pictures. You know what I don't know if searching it will do any good. Could search this. I don't know if I've ever searched an email address and been successful. Find a simple page called The Art of Rafferty. Copyright 1997 on Prodigy that lists the author's email address, Chris Rafferty. Okay, so Chris is an artist. Back to this. Below a bunch of gifts that say under construction, there are a few art pieces. The first painting captured me and my fiance Lulu. Painting I did for my first year of college to plan to give her when we get married in May. Go Tartans. Lulu. Is there a Lucy? Oh, you're Luisa Garcia. Damn. There's an odd collage called Cousins, which seems to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The company artist statement says, we had to create a piece of art about our family. As many of my extended family and cousins for their pictures they could, even some I've never met. But a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said I was allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose to get creative and use only my third cousins. This included Davy, he swims for Yukon, and Bethany's yearbook picture. She's Davy's younger sister. And Stephanie, who is an only child. Oh, I know Stephanie's the only child. Figured that out already. Over here. Okay, so Davy and Bethany. I randomly put the 2 in the right order. Okay, so we're going to say student college, because he was swimming for Yukon, and then student K-12. Chris's artwork has been added to your evidence, but the cousins' photos will need to be unscrambled before you use them. You download a new application, PixPop, to edit the photos. What the fuck? Child or illiterate? Well, he's apparently already engaged his fiancée as a college student. Oh god, are we gonna put college student or artist? Well, you know what? If this isn't right, we're gonna put college student. Well, also, let's make sure to lock in your photo. Both can only put 1. So let's put student college. Cool. This should lock in a lot of shit. Ooh, okay, Walter Forsythe was real. It was right. Jesus. Booyah. Okay. Is there any random shit we have locked in that is wrong? That was a big lock-in. That was a huge lock-in. I'm not seeing anything. Walter Forsythe is right. This isn't going to get locked in until we have all three things. What are the X's? Split up. So this case is divorces. I think here it's also divorce. Yeah, I think all of them are divorces. And then this is, well, Kappa Pride. Because it's 1998.